What's up? So today we're going to talk about something that completely changed the way I draw figures. I wish someone had shown me this earlier, back when I started to draw, but I just started to adapt it now. It's all about breaking down the body into basic shapes before you draw anything else. Like instead of stressing over the perfect outline, you're just thinking about cylinders, boxes, spheres, and simple stuff. And once it clicks, your poses start to feel alive. The weight and movement and energy, it all comes together at the end. It kind of gives you kind of like a little safeguard to draw poses without, trying to figure out different angles and things like that. That way you can kind of just focus on the basic shapes rather than the actual details of the figure. Now with these two poses that I've chosen, this first one being the female with her foot, going forward towards the camera in like a foreshortened view. Her foot is like the main focal point of the picture. So I start out with the head first, then a circle for the body, a circle for the waist, and because it's overlapping because of the foreshortening that's going on, it's a lot of overlapping shapes, and you're just drawing all the shapes and you're overlapping them to kind of create and form that pose. You see right now I drew the circle and I'm drawing the overlap of the leg over that circle, and I'm overlapping the calf part of the leg, which is the cylinder below that circle, to create that bottom of the leg. Now I'm working in the foot, and because the foot is the largest part, I'm just working in that a big outline of the foot. I'm just putting it in there, trying to get as much of it as I can. Not really trying to focus on details, just trying to throw it in there. That way you can get a general idea where the foot is going to be. You can start to add in those details. And right now I'm just adding in the other leg. And the leg is kind of hidden because the reference shows the leg hidden behind that foot, since the foot is the largest part of the image. I'm kind of just putting it right back behind there. No point trying to figure out how the leg is tilted if the reference is not showing it. If the reference doesn't show it, don't try to figure it out, because if you try to figure it out, it's more likely not going to look right. Especially if you're just drawing it for the first time and you're trying to figure it out, just draw it as is. Now you go in. I'm working in the forearm, get that cylinder in there. Working in the hand, just throwing it in real quick. Dropping in the quick shapes, cylinders for each of the fingers. Dropping it in there real fast. Not really focusing on trying to make it super perfect, just enough to show or get a general idea of what it is before we start to go into it later on. I'm just fixing that up, adding a circle for the other shoulder. I'm adding that other arm in there. The arm is kind of leaning out. And for this side, I know the arm isn't shown as much, but I kind of just drew it in there because the arm is flat out, so it's easy to figure out where the arm movement is compared to the leg that's going down. Because I think the leg in the picture is probably going down further than the picture, and since there's no ground in the drawing, there's no point trying to figure it out. So just draw it as you see it. So I'm adding in the fingers, drawing all the cylinders. Cylinders for the fingers there, adding them in there. Now just darkening up all the lines. That way it's not too confusing when you're trying to figure it out. I always like to darken them up a little bit. Now generally, if you're drawing this before you do like an actual sketch, you won't have to darken the lines. I'm only darkening them because of the tutorial purposes, but typically you'll just draw it lightly and go over it with details. Now this one's fairly simple. I drew a circle for the head, and I'm just drawing all the oval shapes to kind of get the pose done really fast. Like a circle for the head, circle for the chest, circle for the midsection, or I would say like oval for the chest, and circle for the midsection, and circle for the waist. And kind of just working your way all the way down. Now the shoulder is a little bit up towards the head, so I'm just drawing that in there, adding the circle. That way I can kind of get a general idea of where the shoulder would be. A circle for the other side. I'm adding in a cylinder for the arm, bringing it straight down, all the way till I get to that hand. So I'm adding in the forearm there. And you see, I didn't really add the circle for the shoulder. I mean, not for the circle for the shoulder, but circle for the elbow this time. Only because you can add it every once in a while if you want, but sometimes I won't add it. I mean, it all depends on how you do it. I know I've been getting a lot of questions of when's the perfect time to use squares, when's the perfect time to use circles, and it all depends on how you want to draw the pose. I mean, typically, sometimes when I draw poses, I'll draw circles for the head, chest, and I may draw a box for the waist. I mean, because depending on the position of the pose, or sometimes I may draw the box for the head and box for the chest, and then circle for the waist. You take the shapes and you kind of mix them up. You don't have to draw the shapes exactly how they're there. You can kind of just mix them up and draw them in different positions. You can have all boxes, you can have all circles, you can mix them all around. It all depends on how you want to do it. There's no right way of doing it. If circles work best for you, draw circles. If squares work best for you, then do that. If both, then do both. Me, I tend to use all the resources that I know to my knowledge to create whatever you want to create. So right now I'm working in the fingers, and if you've seen my other tutorials, you know that I like to do these cylinders for the fingers. So I'm dropping it in there. These cylinders for each of the fingers. That way it's easier to draw the finger out and add those bends when you need to if the finger is bending, to create those extra poses or wrinkles or whatever. I'm adding in that thumb, breaking it up a little bit. It's also kind of a way to figure out shading. You can kind of figure out the shading also in a way when you draw these shapes, because you're breaking it apart, and that way you know where to place that shadow. Like you see the shadows in the fingers is on the bottom, I'll say the bottom two of the cylinders, and you kind of just draw them in there. So it will look like the fingers are kind of moving down a little bit. Whenever you add shadows to something, shadows will alter the pose in a way. Darkening the lines as usual, just to make sure you all see them just right and not get too confused. And you see I add that center line where the back is, just so it goes right up into that neck area, since the head is like going hunched down. Now I also connected the circles for the chest and circles for the waist. So right now I'm just darkening everything up. But that's it for this video. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to hype it up, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment for any other posts you want to see. And take care.